Hey yo, I'm back with another video, and today I want to talk about UFC 307 Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree Jr. And before I start today's video, subscribe to my channel and also watch this video at 2x speed. Okay, let's get into the discussion. This is going to be a prediction video for UFC 307. We've got a number of good fights in this entire fight card, and the first fight, I mean, the early prelims, I do not really want to talk about the prelims and the early prelims and stuff like that. I want to talk about the main card. Did they change a couple of fights in there? Like what happened to the Kevin Holland fight? It's still in there. Okay. Uh, I'll start with the early prelims. Tim Means is fighting against Kurt McGee. I think I saw Tim Means fight a couple of. I think I'm gonna go with Tim Means. I don't know how old is he. I think he's been fighting for a very long time right now in the UFC. He's 40 years old. Daim, that's very old. Kurt McGee, he's 39, so I don't really care. Whoever wins in this fight, like they're both really old. Ovin St. Preux is fighting against Ryan Spann. I'm gonna go with Ryan Spann because he's younger. He's 33. He's fairly young, to be honest, but he's not exactly a very good fighter. Ovin OSP is 41. I'm gonna go with Ryan Spann. Carla Esparza is fighting against Teixeira Torres, aka Teixeira Pennington, Raquel Penington's wife. I think she's, yeah, they're married right now. I think so. So I'm gonna go with I don't know whoever wins this one. I generally don't care. Alexander Hernandez is fighting against Austin Hubbard. What is his record right now? I'm gonna go with Austin Hubbard just because he's on a good winning streak and he's 32 years old. And Alexander Hernandez, who, I mean, the downfall of this dude is like legendary. He was really mogging and he was making fun of Donald Cabo Cerrone, and then he got head kicked. Damn, that was one, like talk about digging a grave for yourself. That is what Alexander Hernandez did. So I'm gonna go with Austin Hubbard. Ihor Poecheria is fighting against Cesar Almeida. I generally don't care who wins this one. I think he got choked out by someone, right? Recently. Yeah, Michel Pereira, he got choked out by Rodolfo Pelato, Carlos Alberg. Yeah, I mean, the dude is bad. Let's just say he's bad. He's trash. Cesar Almeida, he is 5-1. I don't know much about him. I think he recently fought in. This is probably is going to be his debut or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's a trash fight. It's just trash fight. Like nobody really cares who wins. Marina Rodriguez is fighting. She's fighting against Yasmin Luziando. I think Yasmin Luziando is on a winning streak, or did she lose? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Yasmin Luziando just because she's young. She's only 22, and Marina Rodriguez, she's pretty young as well. I'd like to say no, she's very old. So I'm gonna go with Yasmin Luziando just because she's young. She's 22. She's very young. She's younger than me, by the way. I'm 23. So now, an interesting fight. I think this fight should have been one of the featured fight in a main card, but I think this is going to be the headliner of the prelims. Joaquin Buckley, the man who had one of the craziest spinning back kick knockout, versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, the man who's known for his spinning kicks. The NMF nicest mother effer, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, karate, the real karate hottie, Wonderboy. Look, I think Joaquin Buckley should take this. Like, if Joaquin Buckley is smart enough to take the fight to the ground and wrestle Stephen Wonderboy Thompson for 3 rounds, I think he can win this fight. Like, he needs to make it a wrestling, he needs to make it a mixed martial arts fight. But if he decides and he just gets into his head and decides that, hey, I'm going to have an ego battle and I'm just going to go and strike with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, I don't think this will go well for him. Even though Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is 41 years old, he's almost going to be 42. I think, yep, he's going to be 42 in the next 3 months, like next 5 months, whatever. He's 41 years old. He's very old, but yet he looks very young. I guess karate is good for your health. And yeah, Joaquin Buckley is, I think, he's a better wrestler than Stephen Thompson. I've never seen Stephen Thompson wrestle in UFC. He has good takedown defense. Like let's be very honest about it. But in his last fight, he got choked out by who did he? I think he fought against Shavkat Rakhmonov, and Shavkat Rakhmonov is better than Joaquin Buckley, at least as of right now. Yeah, I mean, he won against Kevin Holland. He lost to Balal. He lost to Gilbert Burns. Prior to that, he won against Jeff Neal, Vicente Luque. Like, And that was like what, 2019. So he was still like 35, 36, and he was still winning. And he's 41 and he's still winning. Joaquin Buckley, let's just see his record. I think he's on a crazy four fight winning streak. He lost to Chris Curtis. That was in middleweight. Then he won against Andre Filhao, Alex Morono, Vicente Luque, ground and pound. That was good. That was good. Nuzroltan Ruzibioev. Yeah, I think Stephen Thompson. I think I genuinely see. I can see Joaquin Buckley winning this fight if he makes it a wrestling and a grappling fight. Like he needs to grapple, he needs to strike, and he needs to wrestle all at the same time to take Wonder Boy to the ground. And I don't think he can finish Wonder Boy on the ground, but I definitely think he can win this by a unanimous decision. Yes, I'm gonna go with Joaquin Buckley by unanimous decision. And yeah, maybe Wonder Boy might retire. I would like to see him retire with a win, but it is what it is, man. If Wonder Boy wins, I'll be very happy, but he should retire. I mean, he's getting really old, and I don't want to see him go out like BJ Penn or Matthews and like those guys. We already saw. Roman Dolidzee is fighting against Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland, he is back to the middleweight division. The man, the most active fighter in UFC roster, the trailblazer Kevin Holland. Kevin is only 31 years old, which is kind of interesting, man. I've been seeing him fight, especially during the COVID, like during the lockdown and everything, when nobody was allowed to fight. He was fighting in Apex like 4 or 5 times in a year, quite a number of times. Um, yeah, I mean, I can see Kevin Holland actually winning this fight. He has the ability to win, but Roman Dolidze, Roman Dolidze is a really weird fighter because he lost to Jack Hermanson. I think no, he won against Jack Hermanson. He won against Phil Hawes, and then he lost against Marvin Vittori. I think that Marvin Vittori fight, he actually could have won that because he had some really good moments in there, and he was dog walking Marvin. Like nobody really bullies Marvin. He was kind of bullying Marvin. He was just moving forward, but still he lost to Nasruddin Imavov. He looked trashed against Nasruddin Imavov, and then he won against Anthony Smith, of course. And Anthony Smith in the light heavyweight division, which is yeah, I think it was really weird, right? He looked better in light heavyweight division compared to the middleweight division. I think he took that fight in short notice. Uh, he has really good grappling. I'll have to say that, but I don't know if he can take Kevin Holland to the ground because Kevin Holland also has good grappling. His grappling is not exactly that bad, even though Hamzat Shimaev made him look like trash because that's Hamzat and he has like really, really good wrestling. The wrestling of Roman Dolidzee is not really that great. Also, I don't know how old is Roman Dolidzee. I think he's like 36 or what. He's 36 years old. Kevin is much younger. Kevin can actually knock him out. Roman Dolidzee, I don't think he has really good boxing. I don't know how. I mean, even in his last fight with Anthony Smith was still doing well. It wasn't really a one-way shutdown. So this one is a really difficult fight for me to pick. Roman Dolidzee is the underdog, and Kevin Holland is the favorite. So I think Kevin Holland can probably take a win in this one. I don't know if he can finish Roman Dolidzee, but Kevin Holland has really good, like just because he's lanky and long, he has an ability to knock you out. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's just go with Kevin Holland by probably by a knockout. I don't think he's going to knock out Roman Dolidzee, so I'm going to go with Roman Dolidzee by a unanimous decision. I took too much time to Kyla Harrison versus Caitlin Vieira. I'm gonna go with Kyla Harrison just because she's a two-time Olympic judo champion and she is huge. She is huge. She's not 5'8", dude. She's much taller than that. She's big. She's really big. She's really tall for the division. She is. Uh, if Caitlin Vieira wins this one, that'll be a really crazy underdog victory for her. She's a 550 underdog. And yeah, I'm gonna go with Kyla Harrison. I don't know how she will react to altitude. This is in Salt Lake City, Utah, where magic happens, where you see a lot of underdogs winning. You see people making their comebacks. Leon Rocky Edwards had the most crazy knockout of Kamaru Usman in Salt Lake City, so that can happen, and they're both going to get tired. Yeah, we need to take into account the elevation in Salt Lake City. So I'm gonna go with Carla Harrison by a unanimous decision, or maybe a chokeout or something like that. I don't know. Jose Aldo versus Mario Bautista. Jose Aldo is still fighting. He's 36 years old, 38 years old. He's pretty old. But Jose Aldo has been fighting what? Since he was like 16? Like he's been fighting in UFC for a crazy long time. I remember back in 2013 and 12 when I was watching Jose Aldo was champion, Conor was in a come up. Like even before that, Jose Aldo has fought like, let's just see. When was his first fight? I think that was in Mario Vigolo. He fought in 2004. Wow. That's 20 years. He's been fighting for 20 years. He's been fighting since he was 18 years old. Crazy. And I think he used to play soccer before that. He lost to. We don't even know how he lost that fight, but prior then he went on a crazy winning streak. Let's just look at this winning streak. Thiago Meller, Fabio Melo, Soji Moriyama, Alexander Franca Nogueira, Jonathan Brookins, Rolando Perez, Chris Mickle, Cap Swanson, Mike Brown, Uriah Faber, Manny Gamburian, Mark Hominick, Kenny Florian, Chad Mendes, Frankie Edgar, Sensang Zhang, Ricardo Lama, Chad Mendes, Conor McGregor, Frankie Edgar, Max Holloway. Lost to Max Holloway, then again lost to Max Holloway, won against Jeremy Stephens, won against Renato Moicano, lost against Alexander Volkanovski, Marlon Moraes, Peter Yan. And then just look at this record, man. What a record is this? He has had 40 fights. He's 38 years old and he has had 40 fights. 32 wins and 8 losses, and losses to legends. He hasn't lost to like some nobodies. He lost to Conor, he lost to Max, he lost to Alex, that is Volkanovski, he lost to Merab. And even Merab fight, that was really like a competitive fight. Like Merab, I think, went 16, like he went 0 to 16. He attempted 16 takedowns, could not land a single one. And Merab did not dominate. Merab did not really do a lot of damage to Aldo. So I still see like he defeated Jonathan Martinez, Esteban Espinola, whatever his name is. Who the hell is this dude? That was boxing. Okay, I still get it. But the Jonathan Martinez fight, I actually counted out Jose Aldo, and I picked Jonathan Martinez to win that fight. And in this one, I think I should pick Jose Aldo because Mario Bautista, I have not seen a lot from him, and he's also pretty old. I think how old is he? He's 31. He's kind of like in his prime. He's almost in his prime, 31. Bantamweight division is his prime, and he's on a winning streak. He's on a 5-6 fight winning streak. He lost to Trevin Jones. Then he also lost to Corey Sandhagen by an armbar, so I don't really have high hopes from Mario Bautista. If he defeats Jose Aldo, that might be a really good win for him. He might, he's ranked probably number 10 right now, in like number 10, number 14, whatever his ranking is. He fights out of MMA Lab. He's 5'9". He's a bit taller than Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo is 5'7". I would like to say Jose is probably 5'6". I don't think he's much bigger than Volkanovski. But Jose Aldo in the bantamweight division is really fast. So I don't know, man. I don't want to pick Mario Bautista because I've not seen much of him. I probably saw one fight of him, and I don't think he has had a finish. He's a decision fighter. Yeah, he has already won his fights by decisions, and he did choke out Guido Canetti. I don't know who the hell this dude is. Brian Kelleher, Jay Perrin. Let us go with Jose Aldo, the King of Rio, is making his comeback. So I'm going to go with Jose Aldo probably by a unanimous decision. Or then again, he's really old. He's 38. So is Jonathan Martinez better than Mario Bautista? I'm going to go with Jose Aldo by a unanimous decision. Raquel Penington versus Juliana Pena. I'm going to go with Juliana Pena by a choke. I'm going to go with Juliana Pena. Wow. Even my network does not want to do it. Even the page does not want to do it. Like, this will be a boring fight. Let us be honest. They're both like kind of like Raquel Pennington does not really have a lot of personality. And Juliana Pena, her biggest achievement is she choked out Amanda Nunes, which is a great achievement. And then after that, in the comeback fight, she was thrashed by Amanda for like 5 rounds. She was broken down, beaten up. But I think Amanda should have finished her in that fight. Like, I don't know why Amanda could not finish her. That was really stupid of her. I think she should have just finished her. But I'm gonna go with Juliana Pena, even though she's on a who did she lose to? Let me check that out. I'm going to go with Juliana Pena just because she was able to finish Amanda Nunes. Nobody has been able to do that in UFC for a very long period of time. She lost to Amanda Nunes, yep. And prior to that, she has not fought. Like after that, she has not fought for what? Like 2 years? July 2022. This is like October 2024. She hasn't fought for 2 years. Ring rust is a real thing. But I'm going to go with Juliana Pena by some kind of a weird choke. Again, this is women's MMA. This does not really make any sense. And also, they're both really kind of mid-fighters. But she was able to defeat Amanda. So I'm going to go with Juliana Pena. The main event now. Listen something, brother. I'm going to pick. This is an easy pick. Khalil Rountree by round one KO. See what I'm saying? Did you guys hear what I said? Khalil Rountree by round 1 KO. No, I'm just kidding. I think Alex Pereira knocks Khalil Rountree in the second round, I would say, or first round. But then again, as Kamaru Usman was saying something that, hey, this is Salt Lake City, and a lot of crazy things happen in Salt Lake City, just like how Kamaru was dominating the fight and he got knocked out. And this is MMA. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in mixed martial arts, and anything can happen in UFC. All of us were saying, you know what, Merab is going to get knocked out by Sean O'Malley. What happened? What happened? Merab dominated Sean O'Malley for like 5 rounds. Alex Pereira is supposed to dominate Khalil Rountree. He's supposed to knock Khalil Rountree out in round 1. But hey, there is always a possibility that somehow some miracle happens. Alex Pereira gets injured and Khalil Rountree just finds a miraculous last minute shot, some weird KO. That can happen. That can happen. We will, like, a lot of people are saying that, yeah, Khalil does not have a single chance. Well, when you are inside the cage and two people are swinging punches, leg punches, kicks, and elbows and knees, well, if that lands, any one of them can get knocked out. And considering Khalil Rountree, he has power. It's like, but I don't know his how will he handle the altitude at Salt Lake City, because that's in Utah. That's like, we remember last time that that entire event in Utah, like both everybody was tired in there. Everybody was tired. They were the elevation just takes the wind out of you. So it'll be interesting how well can Alex Pereira adjust to it. He trains in Brazil, I believe, mostly, and I think he also trains in Vegas. But Vegas is not exactly that high altitude. Again, I'm not from America. I don't know jack shit. I'm just assuming. Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree. I mean, I'm gonna go and pick Alex Pereira by a round 2 KO. I think round 2 KO, or maybe Khalil Rountree by a crazy knockout. Just for the fun of it, I'm gonna pick Khalil Rountree Jr. by a knockout. How about that? How about that? I just do a crazy prediction. I just predict Khalil Rountree Jr. by a knockout and become the only person in YouTube to pick Khalil Rountree. How will it? How will that be? Yeah, it's just but somewhere, but my brain, but the rational part of my brain does not is not allowing me to pick Khalil Rountree. Let me just take a look at his record. I think he's like what 31 at this point of time. He's 34. Wow, he's actually old, but he looks young. Yeah, I mean, losing a lot of weight, ton of weight, 6'1". He's on, I think, a 4-fight winning streak. He's on a 5-fight winning streak. Not exactly the greatest winning streak like Modestas Bukauskas, Carl Robertson, Dustin Jacoby, Chris Daukaus, Anthony Smith. He defeated Chris Daukaus. That's not a big win. Chris Daukaus got knocked out by everybody. He lost to Marcin Prochinio, Ian Cutelaba, Johnny Walker, defeated Eric Onders, but lost to Ian Cutelaba and Marcin Prochinio. Who the hell is Marcin Prochinio? The dude probably doesn't even fight in UFC anymore. Oh yeah, he lost to Modestas Bukauskas. What a clown, man! What the like? I should not call him clown, but like this is kind of a clownery. Like he's fighting for the belt against Alex. I mean, the UFC is kind of setting up Alex Pereira to win this fight, so I think he can pull up an upset. That'll be one of the biggest upset. Let me just take a look at the. Yeah, he's a 350 underdog. Really? 350? The dude should like be, I don't know, like 100, like 3,000 underdog or something. Because they both are strikers, predominantly strikers. I've never really seen any of them grapple. Alex Pereira, I saw him grapple, like we saw him grapple against Israel Adesanya, but Khalil Rountree has never shot a takedown in his entire career. It'll be really interesting if he just decides that I'm gonna shoot a takedown on Pereira. I don't think he will be able to land it. He is the war horse. I don't know, dude. I genuinely don't know. It's very difficult for me to pick this one. But still, I'm gonna go with let's just say, because there is no way. I just don't see Khalil Rountree knocking out Alex Pereira. His shots are really telegraphed. He hits really hard, but his shots are really slow. He lands singular punches, unlike Alex Pereira. He does not, like Alex is sneaky. That left hook can come from a really short distance, and when Alex hits you, it just hits hard. He hits really, really hard. Whereas Khalil Rountree, he hits hard, but it's like he puts a lot of effort into it. Pereira does not really need to put a lot of effort in it. He just touches you and you go down. Rountree, lots of pressure. He needs to put like his entire body weight on his punches, and then he also gets tired. I'm gonna go with Alex Pereira by a round 1 KO. If he does not finish Khalil Rountree in round 1, it will be really interesting. If Rountree pulls out this upset, so many videos that we can make. But yeah, the rational part in my brain is not allowing me to accept to predict or to choose Khalil Rountree. Okay, I guess that's a lock. I'm gonna go with Alex Pereira by a round 1 knockout. Yeah. Let me repeat my predictions. Team Mains versus Court Maggie, I genuinely don't care. OSP versus Ryan Span, again, don't care, but maybe Ryan Span. Carla Esparza versus Tisha Pennington, I don't care. Alex Hernandez versus Austin Hubbard, I'm going to go with Austin Hubbard. Ihor Potencia versus Cesar Almeida, again, I really don't really care. Marina Rodriguez versus Yasmin Luziando, I'm going to go with Yasmin Luziando. Stephen Thompson versus Joaquin Buckley by unanimous decision. Roman Dolidzee versus Kevin Holland, I'm going to go with Kevin Holland just because it's fun. Carla Harrison versus Caitlin Vieira. I'm going to go with Carla Harrison by probably a finish in round one or round two. I'm going to go round one finish by Carla Harrison. Jose Aldo versus Mario Bautista. I'm going to go with Jose Aldo by a unanimous decision. Raquel Penington versus Juliana Pena. Juliana Pena by a second round finish, maybe choke or something. She finds a finish. That's it. Maybe third round, fourth round. But Juliana Pena by a submission. Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree Jr. I'm going to go with Alex Pereira by a second round or maybe a first round knockout. Yeah, I guess that's it from today's video, guys. That was my prediction. It became a really long video. And subscribe to my channel, guys. Subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and please share this video to your friends and family. And also write in the comments what is your opinion about these UFC 307. And peace out.